brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning.
From the Marion Hills Softball Complex at Southwest Park, it's the game of the week on ICTN. We are here to watch the Irving Girls Softball League. 18 and under young ladies go at it, and we got the Gators against the Wildcats coming your way. Beautiful night for softball. It is a hot night. It's North Texas. It's July, so it's what we expect to have. Temperature right around 90 degrees as we get ready for this 6:30 first pitch to come off. As you are seeing the Wildcats and the Gators hooking up here, the Wildcats being the home team. And let's take a look at the lineups if we got them ready yet, or do we? Because it's kind of a last-minute thing. When you go to these games, they kind of shoot these lineups at you at the last minute. For the Gators, I'll just read them off for you. It's Mina Swartz leading things off. Beth Garnisa, the shortstop, hitting second. There you go. Erica Delgado hitting third. Marisha Spence batting cleanup. Followed by Tiffany Thompson. Madison Powell will hit in the number 6 position. Griselda Rodriguez hitting 7th. Samantha Gonzalez. And the Duchess of York, Sarah Ferguson, will be batting 9th. I'm sure she's never heard that before in her life.
Never. First time. She's going to ask her parents what that means.
Saying, why do they do that to me? That's because, I don't know, we're just smart alecks, right? All right, let's go with Rob in the play-by-play. Go get him.
Sounds good. Gators, the visitors. Mina Schwartz will lead things off. Facing Carson Ritter, last-minute addition to this team for the Wildcats. In fact, a couple of coaches telling me before this game started that they should already be on vacation somewhere by now, but Mother Nature and some much-needed rain kind of messed things up schedule-wise. And because of that, you've got teams that are still playing some ball games this late in the season.
Yeah, and that does mess up some vacation plans.
Well, it more or less messes up batting orders because a lot of times the parents say, the heck with it, we're going to take that trip.
I've worked my butt off all year long for a vacation. I'm not spending any more time in North Texas.
Yeah. And, you know, the temps have been cool up to this point. Now all of a sudden it's back to, you know, what you expect in July. No breeze. That's the killer. Swung on and missed right there to Mina. These two teams have played twice already this year with the Wildcats winning both of those. In both games, competitive, 11-7. And 4-3 the last time out. Schwartz will draw the walk and go down to first base.
Well, the Wildcats coming into this game with a record of 5-6. The Gators 2-9.
They'll bring up Bethany Carnisa, wearing number 5. She just looks at that one on the outside for a called strike. Petronella, very tall behind home plate. Also Raymaker, second baseman, pretty good size as well. That one hit her. And, you know, the old saying, take one for the team. And we've got 2 runners on.
Always easy for someone else to take it, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're up here going, yeah, that a girl.
Of course, they're not throwing that hard, but I love it when the major leaguers are throwing a 90-mile. Why didn't you stay in there and take it? Yo, son, you ever been hit by a ball that hard?
That's a called strike. Nice pitch.
Erica Delgado, the hitter.
What hurts more, being hit by a softball or somebody in World Cup taking a fake fall?
Ooh.
That looks like it hit her in the foot. So the bases are juiced, and Carson a little upset with herself. I mean, you know, it's what we see all the time, and that's this consistency. I mean, goodness, boy, that first pitch was a beaut, and then the second one hits her on the foot.
Well, having been hit in the face with a softball by a line drive and closing my mouth up with 25 stitches, I can vouch for the fact that a softball hurts a lot.
Were you playing third base or something, or pitching?
Pitching, yeah. My second to last game I ever played.
Should have been your last game, shouldn't it?
I played one more time just to kind of convince myself that I could do it. After, I don't know, 20 some odd years of playing it, swing and a miss there. But I'd pitch the ball and I'd be by second base by the time the ball got to the home plate, and I realized, nope, this is it's over.
Yeah, you'd be jogging backwards, wouldn't you?
Oh, I was retreating real fast.
Marissa Spence, the cleanup hitter. Boy, what a position to be in for the cleanup. And that's plenty on base. A little nubber to second.
Nobody there.
Nope, Raymaker can't make the play. It's like a little squib. It had English on the ball.
Fielder's choice.
Schwartz scores. Spence ends up at first base, and the bases remain loaded. And the first lefty.
Spence does get an RBI for that. First baseman was not covering the bag, however.
Tiffany Thompson, the lefty, up. Fouls that one back. Time limit game. They put 75 minutes on the clock when it starts. Keeps things going. Keeps things on time. That ball is high and inside. Count is even at 1-1.
They tried to go 7 innings for all these games. You'd have girls getting home past midnight, and especially when they start off in the school year, that's obviously not a good thing. For the late games, that is.
That is a ball outside.
One of 2 games we'll be having for you on ICTN from the IGSL here this week and next week, when we feature the Shocks and the Extreme.
Back
come
to
home,
the pitcher.
come home, come home.
Well, she got the sure out.
Yeah.
So there's one down. Garcina comes in to score the second run, and watch it again. She just went to her left and never even looked the other way.
They've had plenty of time to get the force at home, but did get the out at first.
So one down, and Madison Powell, the second baseman, up.
Thompson, by the way, gets an RBI for that.
Swung on and missed by Powell. Strike right down the pipe. As the Gators try to get a couple of more on board here in the inning. That one's outside. You watch Ritter pitch, and you can just see that sometimes that delivery where she lets go of the ball, you can pretty much pinpoint whether it's going to be across the plate or not. Tries to put a little spin on that, and it's high.
Well, if it was easy, everybody could do it. It's a hard position to learn, and getting that velocity and throwing strikes. That's a good one there.
Good pitch right down the pipe. Powell comes up empty, and the count is even at 2.
She had some juice on that one.
She did. Again, one down here in the top of the first.
Delgado and Spence, the runners.
Swung on and missed, and there's 2 down.
Ritter really had her stuff that time.
Yeah, it's kind of like, if you're the coach, you're looking, look at the potential that she could have if we can be consistent. So Rodriguez now, the center fielder, steps in, hits it and pokes it to right field. That's a base hit. That'll score at least 1. They'll hold the runner at third. Rodriguez will just go ahead and trot down to second. No throw by the catcher. And it's a 3-0 first inning. So the first 3 runners all on board, and a nice piece of hitting here by Rodriguez. She gets the RBI.
And moves up to second on the throw.
So we've got runners at second and third. Samantha Gonzalez, the left fielder, up.
Takes a called strike on the corner.
With 2 outs here in the top of the first. Winding down the softball, baseball season on ICTN. Next thing you know, we'll be doing some volleyball and football. It seems like all the way up through May, the year kind of goes slow, and then starting in June, things start to really pick up. They start to go. Slap to right field, that is foul. A little late on the ball.
You ask any student, that summer vacation goes too short.
Doesn't it?
Ask any parent, it's not short enough. It needs to be a lot shorter.
This is the last game of the season for the ISGL. One ball and 2 strikes. It's past the catcher.
Runner coming.
And the throw not in time.
Suspense scores on the wild pitch, and here's another runner going to come across as Rodriguez never stopped running.
Well, heads up running. She knew that if we get the 5th run, it would be the inning, and
it was.
And it was. So the Gators plate 5 in that inning. A couple of timely hits and then some heads up base running. And they get their allotted 5 here in the top of the 1st.
Not allowed to score more than 5, and the Gators haven't had much success this year, but they have won a couple and like to get one obviously here.
You know, we get to experience some new districts this year when the football season starts. Can't wait for that.
Yeah, big changes for all the Irving teams. No longer in with the HEB schools. That's a positive thing as far as football goes. Yeah.
Also in
not
a new
having
region.
to face Trinity, huh?
Also a new region too. They're in Region 1, not the region they were. I mean,
right.
if there were such thing as a winner in a realignment, the Irving schools would be the winner in that one.
No, they're in with the East Texas schools now, and
the loser, of course, would be people like Coppell. They has to play like South Lake and Trinity.
Oh man, what a killer district that is!
Oh, could be arguably one of the toughest 5A districts in the state.
I don't think there's any doubt here. Let's take a look at the Wildcats batting order. It's leading off with Celia Lopez, Julia Wolchin hitting second, Audrey Petronella, the number 3 hitter, Ela Munoz batting 4th, Betsy Elam, Carson Ritter, Catherine Remiker, Brianna Soto, and Sam Tapia close out the lineup for the Wildcats. As we are watching Erica Delgado on the hill, and the parents very proud of her smile and her nose, and deciding, you know what, we don't want any plastic surgery or dental work here, so we'll put a mask on. Not a bad idea.
Not at all.
Again, just speaking from a man who took a softball in the face. It gets back to you fast.
You think you're fast enough, don't you?
No, you don't.
You don't?
You ain't.
You were just fearless at the time, is that it?
Well, I always covered up before. That's the first time it ever happened. I always tried to cover up 2 key spots, when the line drive came to me, and that time it didn't happen. Here's Lopez leading things off.
Center fielder opts for one of those drag bunts that you see a lot of those lefties try.
Yep, trying to just run and poke at it.
And she does it right to Delgado, up with it, and will not get there in time. So well played by Lopez, and she is on board. I mean, it's all just a matter of what side of the batter's box you're on.
Well, but too, if she picks up the ball immediately and throws, but instead she kind of picked it up with her glove hand. If she'd have had to bare hand that and throw in one motion.
Would it take some fluidity for sure.
Okay.
All right, so Wolson now up, the left fielder, with the runner on. Nobody out. They're down by 5 with 60 minutes on the clock here in the ball game. That pitch is high and away. They just named some district honors recently, and congratulations to Scott Balfonts of Nimitz on being named the MVP of District 6 5A.
Good
for boys
choice.
baseball. Yes, it was.
That was a hell of a player.
His teammates, Landis, McCusick, and Josh Reagan, were all named to the all-district team. Had a great season and well-deserved. 1-2. That is a called strike, and the throw down to second gets past the second baseman. Shortstop backs her up, or correct that, the second baseman backs up the shortstop. Nonetheless, Lopez is at second. Wildcats do not want to run themselves out of an inning, but yet they do want to try to get some runs. Meanwhile, it's a called strike, or a strikeout at the plate, so that'll bring up number 0, the catcher, Audrey Petronella. 1 down, runner at second base, bottom of the first. And that could loop in, no, right into the glove of Gonzalez. Nicely done. The left fielder playing just right. 2 or 3 steps to her left and right in the glove.
Good job here by Samantha. It's a hit it right on the nose, but Samantha, we had her played well, as you said, and easy play.
So just like that, there are 2 down, and the shortstop, Elia Munoz, will step up to the plate to try to get at least 1 run across here in the bottom of the first. She hits first pitch down the right field line. No one can get to it. Nice effort by Thompson, the first baseman. Tough to run and look over behind your back as you're running.
Not only that, but she had the sun in her face, too, as she was running that way. So that would have been a hard play for a much more experienced player to make.
So Munoz behind in the count. Aggressive at the plate, swinging at that first pitch.
All boils down to talent in the circle, and right now Erica Delgado doing a good job. She's throwing strikes.
There you go. Don't have to strike anybody out. Just get it in the zone, just like that. Popped up to right field, right fielder over, and gloves it. The Duchess of York makes the put out.
It was an adventure all the way, but she
yeah.
brought it in. Let's
Well,
watch it again, Scott.
She has a nice wingspan, and that really helped when when she was going to her right and the ball started to curve over to her left. And
she did a good job coming back for it.
yeah,
didn't
she did. She was able to swing back and pick that up. So
probably had a little backspin on it. Here we're going to watch it again here as you see Munoz hitting that high popper. And Ferguson, there you go. Let's watch it from another angle here. And Ferguson, yeah, there it is. Okay.
had it all the time,
There
Coach.
you go, Sarah.
Had it all the time.
So, yeah.
We're through 1 inning of play, and 5-0 in favor of the Gators. The Gators came in with just enough players themselves, and the coach said, I'm lucky to have what I have player-wise out here. And both teams, actually, the game coming up next, one of the teams, they believe they're going to be fielding just 8 players once the game starts. We were talking about District 6-5A and how well some of the Nimitz players did being named to the all-district team. The offensive player of the year was David Fry out of Grapevine. He was a senior. Pitcher of the year from LD Bell, Bryce Kidwell. Zach Plunkett, he was a defensive player of the year out of Bell. And then a couple of Colleyville Heritage accolades. Newcomer of the year, Alex Scherf, the freshman. And Coach of the Year, Alan McDougall of Colleyville. I don't know, maybe we're just biased, but I thought maybe the Nimitz head coach could be right up there with Coach of the Year in 6-5A.
Well, he did a hell of a job, I thought.
Yeah. So when play resumes, it will be the bottom 2 of the order. We'll start off with Samantha Gonzalez, the left fielder, and then Sarah Ferguson.
Robert Mendoza just did a whale of a job this year for Nimitz, coaching them. Had a fun series, too, in the playoffs.
Yes, they did. First pitch to Gonzalez, over to second, fielded cleanly, and there's 1 down. Gonzalez was up to bat there in the first when a couple of runs scored on a wild pitch. That's why she was leading things off again here in the second inning. And now Sarah steps up with the pink helmet, gold bat, a colorful combo.
Yes.
Carson Ritter's pitch misses just off to the outside, but Trinity had a couple of players. Otherwise, it was just pretty much Nimitz, the teams that make the playoffs. They're the ones that get the recognition, obviously. Pop to second, 2 down.
Wow.
Rainmaker back-to-back defensive plays at second base. We go to the top of the order. And Mina Schwartz started this ball game off with the walk. In fact, Ritter had trouble giving up 3 consecutive walks, and then the boat got a little better until the pass ball ended the inning with the run limitation. But if she can keep these players off the bases, let them at least try to slap at it like that. And another one by, Rainmaker with an assist on every out in that inning.
How about that? Good job here to watch Catherine here. She gets the ball, juggles it once, juggles it twice. Boom.
You might have noticed on that
comes
play.
out there, but she hangs on, follow the ball. Hey, go. Oh, yeah, she got it.
Did you notice when that play first started, she was going to backhand it?
Right.
And then at the last second, that's when things started getting a little topsy-turvy. She turned the glove around. But I'll tell you, kudos to using that other hand to, try to keep the ball in the glove. And so that's
I can't even tell you the last time in one of these leagues we had a 1-2-3 inning. By the way, that's and we have had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in a row retired now.
Yep. As we go to the bottom of the second, Elam, Ritter, and Rainmaker will be the next 3. And you're right. And the key, I don't know if it's as much as throwing strikes or just getting it to where the ladies will swing at it. They get it in a position to where it's not on the ground, it's not too far outside.
Right.
And the players want to make contact.
And look, you shouldn't want to be coming here just to take pitches.
No.
You come here to swing the bat, for goodness sakes.
Absolutely.
Maybe you're going to stay at home, just plug in Nintendo or something like that.
Do.
You want to come here, swing the bat.
Waiting for the warm-up pitches. Shoot, these girls throw thousands of pitches. It shouldn't take much to warm up.
No, not on this day.
Well, the Wildcats will try to get something going here. They need base runners. They had one, that little drag bunt that started the inning off in the top of the first. All right.
So Elam, Ritter come up here in this time up along with Rummaker.
That is inside for a ball. Swung on and missed. It's the Gators and the Wildcats, and speaking of Gators, the Florida Gators won their first ever NCAA softball championship this year by sweeping its rivals, Alabama. Don't you know that was sweet for the Gators?
SEC teams there,
yeah.
Huh?
Not just football, huh?
Yep.
Thing is, though, that swung on and missed. Baylor Bears had a good run in the tournament as well. They lost in the semifinals. They got to the semis. They were down by 7 runs and rallied to beat Kentucky just to get to the semifinals. Three strikes. They got to throw to first. And did she get in time? Yes, at first.
I thought she had to tag the white bag and not the red bag, though.
Thought she touched the wrong bag?
Yeah. And the coach is down there talking to the umpire right now.
Let's see which bag she touches.
I don't think you can
Can't
see
tell
it
there, no. Can tell here, though, and right. Yep. Well, she got to the right. She got to the bag before the base runner. We'll say that much.
But,
now, can you touch any bag? That's the question.
I thought you had to touch the white bag, and that the runner could only touch the orange bag. But then again, I'm not sure.
We do know there's one out.
We do know that. That's a fact, Jack.
Carson Ritter up to the plate, another lefty. Pulls back a little. Carson, the starting pitcher for the Wildcats.
She's got that big windup, and then this kind of comes up quick, and this kind of all of a sudden stops. I mean, it's a big motion.
Swung on a missed.
Nice pitch. Good location.
48 minutes left here in the first game. Bottom of the second. Defensively, the Wildcats did what they had to do to try to at least get back into this game, but now offensively, they've got to do their part there. 3 balls and a strike to Ritter. Only 1 base runner so far for the Cats. And they're going to be on base again. First walk given up by Delgado. NCAA also, they're thinking about experimenting, at least during the regular season, with a new softball. They want to make it a little more lively, they said. They do those compression tests and, you know, so many pounds per square inch. And
right.
They want to increase the liveliness from .47 to .52, if that makes any sense to you. Swung on a missed. The runner stays at first is Remaker, who had a...
I remember many years ago, I mean, I don't know whether they do or not in slow pitch, but they used to have juiced balls. Some balls were hotter than others. And
well,
finally, a lot of the hot balls had to be phased out because it was this ball was coming too hard off the bat.
Ground to short.
They had a force play. They took it.
They go to first, and
Instead.
they get that. So
6-3.
Yep, Garnica said, you know, I'm just going to go with first with this, and felt comfortable going in that direction and didn't even look elsewhere. Although, like you said, second base would have been an easy one. But 2 down nonetheless, and Brianna Soto, the right fielder, will step in.
Well, the girls just don't get enough time to practice. But you need to be talking to one another. Where am I going with the ball if it's hit to me? That's something a player on the field should be asking themselves all the time.
A couple of notes on that new softball. They're hoping it won't hurt the players in the cold weather months when they hit the ball,
yep.
or if they get hit. A couple objectives they're trying to
I don't think
see
it
what'll
makes that
happen.
much difference in terms of being hit by the pitched ball.
Well, that's just
But
what the NCAA says they're hoping to
right. But the
accomplish.
hit ball is another story. That would result in being juiced a little bit there.
Just like everything, you know, it goes through a lab.
Yep.
They have scientists that, you know, do all these experiments, and now it's come to the point they just want the coach's feedback. 2 balls and a strike, 2 outs to Soto. Runner in scoring position. Little dribbler to right field. The throw to first, not in time. Here comes the runner to score, and she is out of there.
Nice play. 9-3-2.
Well, they tried to get the runner at first. They did not get Soto at first, but Thompson turns the relay and gets Ritter at home. Watch here.
Good job by Thompson to get this ball. A little bit high, but nevertheless a good job by the catcher. And the tag is made. And the side is retired with no runs.
Yep, Schwartz did a good job making the catch behind the plate and applying the tag. So we've finished 2. We'll be back with more in a minute. Stay with us. All right, we now head to the top of the third. Just about 40 minutes on the clock. It was a big first inning for the home team, as they got 5 runs across the plate. And the visitors, the Gators. And the Gators are up here in the 3rd. This will be Bethany Karnicka, who got on board with the walk, scored the 2nd of 5 runs against Carson Ritter. But that last inning, she really settled down and got the 3-up, 3-down inning with the help of her second baseman, Remaker. But it's all about control and getting that ball over the plate. This is the 18 and under league. Next pitch, swung on and missed. The Diamond Dolls perfect at 12-0. Envy 8-3. Then the Aftershocks at 7-4. Then these two teams, the Wildcats at 5-6. That one hit the first, gets through the glove of the first baseman, and the base runner is on. Elam saw that one just bounce over the glove into right field, and Bethany's on board. Bring up the pitcher, Delgado. Wildcats won both of the times they played earlier this year. Both pretty close ball games, but not right now. The starting pitcher, Ritter, not even in the lineup for the Wildcats before this game started. Coach didn't know if he would have that extra player or not. But Ritter is here, and right now she's behind on the count, 2 balls and no strikes. That's a good pitch. Called strike as Karnicka goes down to second base. As you look at Petronella, the catcher for the Wildcats. Just your basic summer day in Texas. A little heat in the mid-90s, not a lot of wind. Biggest breeze is the fans here in the press box circulating the warm air. We had a nice little break a week ago, but summer has come back, and that is a call, 3rd strike. So Delgado with the dreaded backwards K. 1 down. And Marissa Spence, who got on board with the fielder's choice into right field her last time up. And they went to the play at the plate instead. And that is inside, almost hit her. Tiffany Thompson will be on deck here in the top of the 3rd. Next week on ICTN, we'll have the Aftershocks and the Extreme. Ball gets past the catcher, and going to 3rd will be Karnicka with 1 out. So let's see if Spence can. Well, she didn't have to swing at that. Here comes a runner at 3rd. Will they get her in time? Portella, no.
Got under the slide. Good job on the wild pitch. Karnicka took off there. And a good slide.
So that is the 6th run of the ball game. Watch it again.
Good hustle here by Petronella to try to get back and make this tag just in time, but watch the slide. Watch her get in. Just barely. Bang, bang. And it's a 6-0 ball game.
And the 3-0 count misses, and she'll get the free pass.
So that 6th run is very important, too, because as you get towards the later innings, then you can only score 5 in a frame, and now we're going to have a little chat on the mound about our pitching. Then you run into the position of, okay, what happens in late in the ball game? You can only score 5 runs, so that extra run is so very important.
Talk about an insurance run, right?
Absolutely. So a little chit-chat out on the mound right now, just kind of talking about what they should be doing. Teaching is the important thing. So the umpire is saying, hey, you know what? You teach at practice. This is a game. Let's get it on. But, guys,
that'll bring up Thompson, the lefty. The
with
clock's
one out
rolling.
and a run home.
Yep, and the clock is rolling.
That never stops, yeah.
Nope.
It's not in the favor of the Wildcats either to eat the time. So the runner moves up. Spence has kind of looked like she may have hurt her back there a little bit. Down at seconds, kind of moving around, trying to get herself loose. As you see Ritter on the hill, pitch outside. And that is ball one. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the third, 1 run home. Runner on base, up and in under the chin. To Tiffany Thompson. Love the alliteration of that name. Tiffany grounded to first her first time, the pitcher her first time up. Got a run batted in. Pops it. And it stays foul.
Well, we're down to 35 minutes in the game, and you know the Wildcats, they can be deliberate. They can wait their turn. Thompson can wait as many times as she wants up there at the plate.
Yeah, the Gators, it's their game to win right now.
Hey, Thompson doesn't get shortchanged on her swings, does she? Ritter either hit the helmet or the bat.
Looks like it hit the helmet. So a little wild streak right here.
Remember that happened to her back in the first. Remember she hit back-to-back batters.
Let's watch it again here.
Yep.
Yep, hits the helmet.
Right on the noggin. So with 1 out, Madison Powell, who went down swinging back in the first inning, swings at that first pitch. Powell plays second base for the Gators defensively. Hadn't had to do a lot defensively. That is high and tight. She had to do the quick little squirm there to avoid being hit by that pitch. Carson may be falling back in that trap she had in the first where she lost control. That's outside. Base runner's faking the move. Now here goes the base runner.
Yep, that's just a good job of running by Spence that time.
Dared to throw.
They didn't throw. They
no.
And she caught him sleeping. Good job that time by Spence. Reading that's a stolen base.
So it's 2-1. That hits the batter, and that's what, the 4th time a batter has been hit, and the bases are now loaded.
A little dejected right now is Ritter, as one can expect.
Now, if you recall, last time up, Griselda Rodriguez went to right with a really good base hit that bounced in and hit her. Going wide, Spence faking the move at third. I'm up 6-0. I've got a really good hitter up to the plate. I tell my runners just to stay cool for now.
Yeah, but if you catch him napping, though.
That's a strike called. Rodriguez scored that 5th run of the first when she came in all the way from second on the wild pitch. That is tapped to the right. goes foul. And now she's behind the count, 1-2. And the 1-2 offering. Did she go? The umpire said yes. So made the commitment. 2 outs with the bases remaining full. And we've got Samantha Gonzalez, the left fielder, due up.
She made that good play out in the left field earlier. Boy, this is a big out for the Wildcats, too.
Remember last time she grounded out to the second baseman. That was just the last inning. This kind of shows you how this inning has progressed. With a single, a strikeout, a walk, a hit batter, and then another strikeout. So she either hits him or strikes him out, at least so far. Well hit to left field. That'll plate at least one, gets past the left fielder. 2 will score at least. Powell rounding third. They're going to clean the bases. Run 7, 8, and 9, all because of the base hit to left field by Gonzalez. And it got past the left fielder, Wolfston, right about here.
Right, it's a single and an error, and 3 runs come in to score. Big, big play. Good hit that time, though, by Gonzalez. 9-0 now.
Ferguson will try to keep the inning alive. Right to third. Tapia over to first. And Ritter's saying, ooh, I wish I had that just a batter earlier. But that's not the way you play it. And we go to the bottom of the third with a big lead by the Gators, 9-0.
And I think a good time now to talk about those good folk who bring you the ball game of the week each week on ICTN. Of course, I speak of our long-time sponsor, Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning, a charter sponsor of the game of the week. That designation means they've been with us since we started doing these broadcasts. I think it was back in 1966 when the Monkees first appeared on TV.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
People say we monkey around. Okay, and well, we've killed some time there, but our thanks to the Stavely people for allowing us to monkey around all these years and bring you the game of the week each week right here on ICTN. Peter Dolans. No, it wasn't Peter Dolan. Peter Tork. Mickey Dolans, Davy Jones, and Michael Nesbitt. Those were the Monkees. Of course, none of these girls know or care about it, but they were big teen stars in the mid-1960s. They had the Monkey Mobile, which was a modified GTO, which was really cool looking.
In their day.
Yeah, and it was a predecessor to MTV. And of course, most of these girls really don't remember what MTV used to be either. Back when MTV used to actually have a lot of music videos. Now it's mostly reality shows.
And I would say they pretty much started reality TV. Can you think of anyone besides MTV that did it first?
Yeah, I honestly don't know what.
I remember. I remember all the shows where they had cameras in houses, with half dozen to 8 20-year-olds living together.
Who were the rich girls in
Paris Hilton?
Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie. They were one of the, who was the gal who died, I don't know, about 10, 15 years ago, but she was married to the rich old man who was like 70 years older than she was.
Oh, of course.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Anna Nicole Smith.
Yeah, she was one of the first reality stars. Boy, we have really touched a lot of trivia here to kill time in between innings.
We have digressed, haven't we?
This is Tapia, the hitter.
Number 9 hitter, third baseman. Her team down 9-0 with 27 minutes to go here in the bottom of the third.
They need at least 4 runs here. Otherwise, they could be in deep, deep trouble.
That's a ball high. Delgado.
Now, with a 9-run lead, you do not want to be throwing balls. You just want to be
No.
throwing strikes.
No, she's given up one base hit so far, and that was the very first batter with a drag bunt. Tapia the last.
No, she allowed a base hitter last time. She's allowed 2 hits.
Thought it was a fielder's choice, but okay.
Okay, whatever.
She gives up a walk there, though. And they have a base runner.
Because she had reached first base safely. Then they threw to home and got the runner coming to home. That's why I gave her a hit.
Gotcha. That is inside. Look at there, Lopez, the switch hitter. Remember, we saw her start the game on the other side as a lefty.
Well, that's true. Looks more comfortable in the batter's box right-handed, though.
Bouncer to short. Again, the shortstop will go to first, not nearly in time. The runner's going to try to stretch that one, and she gets hit. Rounds third, and they've got a run. Meanwhile, Lopez trots down to second base. So some life out of the Wildcats.
There you go. It was a base hit. And Tapia, this never stopped running, took second and goes immediately to third.
Watch here, she just keeps going. She's like, I'm not stopping. Yeah, the ball hit her in the leg and she just kicked it away. So you can't catch me now.
So that's an error on the throw to score the run, and Lopez is at second.
A looper to right. Second baseman Powell can't get it. Lopez will stay at third as the throw comes home. Wilson is at first. So now they got runners at first and third. Just like Lance was saying, get some runs. Watch here, the second baseman Powell almost gets it.
Good effort that time. Nice job, Madison.
So Petronella now comes up with 2 aboard and nobody out. She hits it right up the middle. The shortstop goes to her left, gets the force. A run will score. Second run of the ball game as Julia is forced out 6-4. Petronella with the fielder's choice ends up at first. The second baseman Powell actually tried to tag the base runner, not knowing it was a force out. You just got to hang on to it. There you go. Oh, I'm going to tag you anyway.
Nice job by Garnica, though, to make that play. Get the force. The run scores. That's fine.
Yeah.
You got the lead. You need outs.
And they've got one of them, and they just have one base runner at first base, not in scoring position right now. This one is slapped into center field.
Whoops.
Past the center fielder, Rodriguez. Petronella holds up at third. And Munoz with the base hit up the middle. So something is a churning here in the bottom of the third for the Wildcats.
They've gotten quite a few hits this inning here. It's 3 hits out of the 5 hitters. And whoops, right through the wicket, but fortunately didn't go far away. So,
well, Elam now up. Runners at the corners. Just one out. Swinging freely, going down to second base is Munoz. So they have runners at the in scoring position at second and third. With just one out. They're down by 7. You can only get 5 runs an inning. And they need them all. Schwartz, the catcher, doing her best to keep Petronella honest. And Audrey didn't have that big of a lead at third. As you take a look at the batter right there, Betsy Elam, the first baseman. That is high for a ball. Wildcats needing base runners, needing runs. Stay within striking distance of the Gators here in the bottom of the third. And the 2-1 offering. That's a strike. Pretty pitch. I think Elam is trying just to work a walk and try to get on board. Erica, the starting pitcher, tosses a nice one there, and it's strike 3. second time now she has struck out Elam. So there are 2 down. And the starting pitcher for the Wildcats is now up, Carson Ritter. With 2 outs, she's got to try to get something here and doesn't come up with that one.
I think the third baseman should be playing further in, though.
Think so?
Yeah.
Too much space. We'll see if she makes a move or 2 toward home once the pitcher goes into her windup. Not much. And right to third, as Lance predicted. And the long throw will not be in time. Here comes another run to home, and did she hit home?
Nope, got her.
Wow.
Didn't try to slide around it. But they did get another extra run there.
Watch it again at home. I thought maybe that the runner had missed the plate. Let's see.
Got her on the ankle there.
Yep, you can see the glove move. So Blue got it, and the inning is over. So they score 3, and they're part of the third.
But boy, they really needed that other run to get themselves within 5.
Yes, they
with
did.
Only 21 minutes left as we head to the 4th inning of action here.
And
at the Southwest Park facility.
In girls high school softball this year, the Class 5A state champs were Deer Park out around the Houston area. The MVP was their starting pitcher, who is also a lefty and just a sophomore.
That's always good.
Half the all-tournament team in girls 5A, all underclassmen, as Deer Park beat the Woodlands 8-2. Any guesses on what the mascot is for Deer Park?
The deer? Wow.
The Lady Deer. The Lady Deer.
The does.
4A.
Does the deer have a little doe?
Yeah, $2. And 4A, and boy, has this city turned out some programs of late. Aledo, the girls in 4A. The boys won state in football and baseball this year. I think.
What about the basketball teams? Are those slackers or what?
They must have been. It reminds me a little back in the day when Art Briles was the head coach at Stephenville, and they turned out a lot of these great teams in 4A and in football, the Yellow Jackets. But it seems like the talent has moved up the highway a little bit, and of course bypassed a few towns in between.
Yeah, not to mention the coaching talent too.
True. But, you know, with Jonathan Gray, things kind of really got started with Aledo, all those state championships. And
I understand Gray's running full speed now, and if he's healthy and ready to go for the Longhorns this year.
I know a lot of Longhorn fans hoping that he is healthy.
You still got to hope for something with the quarterback. Whether Ash is healthy or not, that's another ball game.
True.
Hard to win these games without a good quarterback.
All right, here we go, the Gators here in the 4th. A bunt laid down by Schwartz. And she's safe.
Schwartz beat it out. Hustled down there good. Petronella got up quick and threw, but it was bang, bang, and Schwartz beat it out.
Well done. Good speed, good wheels. That's what you expect out of that number 1 hitter. Garnica now up. She's been on base twice, has scored twice. Been involved, and they might have had the first baseman was looking to touch the bag as a force out instead of throwing it down to second base. I think that Elam might have just kind of got caught flat-footed there, thinking she just needed to touch the base for the put out.
That's all part of experience and knowing what you're going to do with the ball if it's hit to you.
Garnica past the second baseman, Remaker. Schwartz will round third. She will score easily. And just like that, the Gators
get that run back.
Yes, they do. With Garnica on base again. 2 singles, get hit by a pitch. And Delgado will be next. Watch that. Just goes with the pitch. Remaker couldn't make the play. And now let's see if she tries to take off running on the first pitch. That is swung on a miss. She takes a big lead, daring that catcher, Petronella, to throw it her way.
If the Gators score 4 more runs and end this inning with 5 runs, the game essentially is over.
Another bouncer to second. Remaker, quick throw. Got her there.
Good play. Remaker's
Yes.
done a good job defensively tonight.
Oh, totally. And, you know, we talk about, hey, get the force, but, you know, at least get
Not
an
that
out.
pl- no,
at
not
least
that
get an
play.
out. Yeah, the point is just get an out. You know, at least they're going for the out.
Yeah, but right there she had to charge the ball and she would have had to turn her body all the way around to make the throw.
Totally. Point being, she didn't try to do that. She
Right.
went for what she had was the sure out. So that'll bring up Spence. She has been on twice. I believe we have a new catcher behind home plate. I think perhaps they might have moved Petronella out to left field.
I think you're right.
Back to the pitcher.
That time they were looking at third base, but the third baseman was way off the bag, so there was no play obviously there. And as a result, the runner was able to move up to third. But there's 2 out.
Well, here comes Thompson. The lefty will try to keep this inning alive. She fouls it back. So Garnica is down at third. The ball gets past the pitcher.
No, it was a foul ball, though.
Right.
A break that time for the Cats. Otherwise, the run does score.
Time really on the side of the Gators with 15 minutes to go. Grounder to short. Munoz got her. Inning over. Well, they let one run cross the platter, but kept everybody else in check. And we go to the 4th. You see the score. Wildcats hoping to answer, but running out of time. I mean, you got to score 5 runs in a heartbeat.
We have had some Irving players over the years who've done extremely well and have gone on to bigger things. And among those, Bryson Miles, who is a standout for the Irving Boys Baseball Association, now a member of the Akron Rubber Ducks. They're the rubber capital of the world, as at least they once were. I don't know whether they are anymore, but that's why they're called the Rubber Ducks. They're in the AA Eastern League. Went to Stephen F. Austin, was drafted by the Cleveland Indians, and was the Tribe's minor league all-star team player in 2013. This year he's hitting .282, doing a pretty good job for Akron. 3 homers, 22 ribbies. Nice job. Another outstanding Irving player, Trevor Story, right now, doing a very good job with AA Tulsa. He was hitting a ton out of the ball with Modesta in the California League, hitting .323, so they called him up to Tulsa. Still kind of getting his bearings, only hitting .212 right now, but Trevor, outstanding player at Irving High for several years and doing a good job right now in the minor leagues. Hope he comes up and continues it.
All right, as we head to the bottom of the 4th, it'll be Catherine Remaker, Soto, and Tapia. Scheduled 3 for the Wildcats. Ball swung on. Comes up empty. Remaker grounded out to short back in the 2nd. As we alluded to at the top of this inning, she has made some good defensive plays in the field at second base. Ground foul. Spence fields that one in foul territory, so very quickly. Erica Delgado, the starting pitcher, ahead on the count, no balls and 2 strikes.
And at this point, the Wildcats have to get 2 runs with only 13 minutes left. Otherwise, they'll be out of luck. Tough play.
Garnica cannot make the play on that one. Gonzalez at least keeps it in front of her. And rounding first, Remaker tripped
Looks like she hurt something, too.
Yeah.
She was kind of hobbling going back to first.
One of those situations where you're looking where the ball is in the field of play and you just get all tangled up. So she's on. Soto up. Called strike. So the Wildcats have the clock against them as well as the scoreboard. As we're getting close to 10 minutes. We're at 12 now. You know, you talked about them having to score runs. Not only do they have to do that, when they get out and play defense, they've got to get them up and down in a hurry.
Oh, by the way, talking about Story just a moment ago for Tulsa. Tulsa will be playing up in Frisco in the early part of August. Uh-oh.
Throw to first, not in time.
It was a lot closer than it looked.
Remaker gets back in time. Be a little homecoming for Trevor. Erica settles in and gets one over the plate for a called strike, and the count is even at 2-2.
With as bad as the Rangers are right now, a lot of people's attention in this area turned to
Frisco
and watching Joey Callow. I thought your name was Joey Callow. But no, Joey is the big star there. Was tearing up Class A ball, coming up to Double A ball.
Lord knows, if you're a Ranger fan, you got to be looking for the future.
Yeah, well, the future ain't now, that's for sure.
Uh-huh.
Soto waits on a 3-2.
Grounded foul.
Do it again.
Good swing.
Yeah, it's almost to the point, well, who cares if Holland comes? Yeah, well, you want Holland to come back and start playing, but you're like, okay, you know.
Wait till you're healthy.
Yeah.
We don't have to rush this. It's
No. Not as much fanfare as, you know, you had hoped, but, I mean, most fans realize that sooner or later the lack of talent, inexperience would sooner or later catch up to you. And
well, especially with all the injuries. I mean, it's
totally
been a devastating year injury-wise for the Rangers.
So we have the payoff pitch one more time. And hit well to left. That is a base hit. Past the legs and through the wicket of Gonzalez. We might have 2 runs scoring. Remaker scores. Soto will hold up at third. Nope, she's going to score.
All right, so it's a base hit and an E7. And
well, they got those runs you said they needed.
yeah, they needed 2 runs. And now they've got a chance to come back and tie things in the 5th, or now they can score another run, come back and actually win it in the 5th inning.
Nobody out.
Then again, if they come and score 5 runs this inning, here's the problem. They score 5 runs this inning, they could eat up the entire rest of the clock.
Totally. Yeah, it's a double-edged sword, isn't it?
There's 8 minutes left, actually 9 minutes, because it counts back. This turned 8 minutes 59.
So that'll bring up Tapia, who walked just the last inning. I mean, all these runs started back in the 3rd.
I think now is the time we need a trip to the mound for the Gators to really discuss the situation.
Eat some time off the clock.
There you go.
Go to the 4-corner offense. Blasted to center. So now Tapia has the base hit. Boy, everybody hits. Everybody hits.
2, 3, 4. 4 hits in a row now.
Delgado might be thinking, go ahead. Up and
here's my trip to the mound here.
Man,
Nice
are
slow
you connected?
walk. That's a nice slow walk. That's what you do. That's the ticket. You got everything on your side, and now the Wildcats have to be thinking, all right, do we try to get 5 runs here and eat up the clock, or do we start making outs on purpose?
That's asking too much, Lance.
If you get down to about 1 minute or something and there's, there's still nobody out or something like that, then I think you got to consider making outs on purpose.
Let me throw this at you. What if you're the Gators and she says, start throwing balls? Just throw balls.
And what if you step out and swing at it anyway? No matter where the ball's pitched.
It's a great cat and mouse game.
Or if
Get
you
it, cats?
step, cat, yeah.
If they start throwing balls, it eats up the clock. Well, right to third, and Spence makes a nice, clean play. And there's the first out of the ball game as Tapia goes down to second base. So
of the inning, yeah.
Yeah, of the inning, excuse me. So Lopez is retired for the first time. She jumps all over that first pitch, hits it hard.
Right down the middle, racked it, but a nice play at third base by Spence. And there's one away here with under 7 minutes remaining now.
Wilson will check in. She singled back in third. She watches that one inside for a ball. Tapia just ever so slowly returns back to second. Delgado says, look, I'm not in a hurry. She's not in a hurry to pitch. Takes her time and delivers. It's popped up and out of play. Yeah, at this rate, Wildcats won't even get up the next inning.
Exactly. So the game would be over right here.
That's a ball. It's just like she's just kind of going back and forth. I'll throw one in the dirt. I'll give you one to hit. I'll stay at the end of the circle.
Is it this well planned, though?
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's just like la-di-da-di-da. Yeah. Throw to second. They got the runner. Could have her in a rundown, but she had too big of a jump. And Tapia gets down to third. Really not that important, I don't think, for the Gators anyway.
Well, that run is important because if they do go to the fifth inning and the Gators score a run, then the game's over.
I don't think they'll get up to bat again.
Well, that's another ball game there.
Fly to left. Gonzalez coming in. Misplayed it. Here comes the sixth run. Julia goes to second. Rough night for Gonzalez and left. Made one good play early on defensively, but the last two have kind of been rough for her.
Yep, and we're under 5 minutes now.
Yep. Petronella, who started out as catching, went to left field. She's up now. Flied out to left, and that Gonzalez made that good play earlier this year, but that's a base hit right up the middle. Rodriguez fields it cleanly, very important.
And the run doesn't score.
No. All of this with one out. The Wildcats can only score 2 more in this inning before the inning is over. It's going to, they look back on this game, they're going to say that first inning really, that's what got away from us.
But now we're under 4 minutes.
Competitive all the way up to that point.
Now you got the tying run at second, or the fifth run at second, my bad. So if she scores, the inning's over, and you will play one more inning, and the Cats will have a chance to win.
Two balls and no strikes to Munoz. Popped in the gap to right center. This could score both runs.
It will. And the inning will come to an end. And the Wildcats are back in it.
7th run and the 8th run.
And a triple by Petronella.
Or Munoz. So it's now an 8-10 game as we head to the 5th. Got all of that one, Lance. right in the gap, and that allowed her two teammates easy access and around to score. And let's take a break. Gators up 10-8. Be back with more in a moment.
We go to the fifth inning of action here at the Irving Girls Softball Complex, where it is the Wildcats trailing by 2, 10-5. The Gators coming to the plate. There's now under 1 minute remaining in the game. Doesn't matter. We will play this inning completely unless the Gators score 4 runs here. If the Gators score 4 runs, ball game over. If not, we go to the bottom of the fifth, and the Wildcats will have a chance.
So Betsy Elam will start things off. Check that.
Madison Powell.
Yep, Madison Powell. Getting ahead of myself. Powell struck out in the first. Got hit by a pitch back in the third. Right to short. Snow cone, but made by Munoz. Look at there. Watch this, going to her left. Got a good jump on it.
There you go.
Nice.
Well, you got to have a little luck in this world.
Yes, that was Petronella. Petronella, who was playing catcher.
Now it's
is
shortstop.
now short. Grounder past the pitcher. The toss. Got her. 2 down. Wow.
2 pitches, 2 out. Can't remember the last time we had 3 pitches, 3 outs in a game like this, or really any other inning for that matter.
You know, if the Gators aren't careful, they could find themselves losing this ball game after going up 5-0, and seemingly being in control of this softball game.
Oh, they were. What did they leave? They had a 9-3 lead at one point. Yeah.
Gonzalez now up. Went after a bad pitch. Strike called. Levels the count at 1-1.
Big Mo switching to the team in the gray uniforms here.
Ferguson on deck to see if she can get her opportunity. That pitch just misses on the outside. No. Called strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is low, and it almost hit her knee. Count is even at 2. There are 2 outs just like that. Powell grounds out to short, or excuse me, lines to short. Then Rodriguez grounds out to the second baseman. Now here's Gonzalez, 1 strike away. Fouls it off to the right. Here's Ritter with a chance to get out of this inning and give her club the opportunity to win this thing. It's like one of those games that, you know, you got such a comfortable lead, and oh, strike 3 called. So that sets the stage for the bottom of the 5th. And the chance now for the Wildcats to come back with the upset. Come back to win. Look at that. Watch the picture here on this one, folks. Ritter. Does she like it? Yes. Good job. A smile on her face, and she knows that now here is her team with a chance, 3 runs to win it. After her team fell behind in this ball game early on, and now they're just so close from coming back and coming up with the upset. So if you're Erica Delgado, you've got to just erase the memories of the last 2 innings, where you gave up 3 in the third, 5 in the fourth, 4 singles and a triple and an error. And just play ball that you started to the first 2 innings and got your team in a position to win it. It's been a fun game. I mean, we've seen our fair share of one-sided contests here at the ballpark. And to really get a great competitive game like this and to see the flow back and forth and see it come down to just 2 runs in the very last inning. Fun times. All right, Elam, Ritter, Remaker, your 3 slated here in the bottom of the 5th. First pitch is a ball. The time has expired, so, you know, no need to hurry, no need to take your time. Just get up there and play ball. Swung on and missed by Betsy. It was a good pitch by Delgado over the plate. Saw the coach for the Wildcats talking to the parents between innings. Say, do we have a rally left in us? That's ball high, and it's 2-1 to Betsy. Defensively, Gators pretty much straight away. No one really hedging their bets either way. Ball slapped foul behind the catcher. And it's 2-2. The Sun, probably just a few more minutes away from closing another day in North Texas and hiding itself behind the trees. This field is pretty much in the shade. 2-2, back to the pitcher. Delgado with a soft toss to first, and there's 1 down. So, big first out for Erica. That'll bring up Ritter. Who has walked and singled. And she fouls that one.
Center fielder is playing over in right center, and the right fielder is playing very close to the right field line, so the big hole right now in right center. Now the right fielder moves over a few steps towards right center.
Fouled off, got her on the handle.
0-2.
Ahead on the count. She hasn't been that way too often. Swung and a miss. Foul. The catcher caught it through to first anyway. And now there are 2 outs. It's almost like they turned the water on and things started clicking.
Well, it boils down to this now. Remaker and Soto have to score for the Wildcats to have a chance to win this game.
And Remaker steps in with nobody aboard and 2 outs. And it's just like Delgado has found the groove again. Can she get that 3rd and final out? Going after a ball right there was Catherine. Being aggressive, trying to make something happen. And now she's ahead in the count again. Looked just like she did back in the first inning. Seemed to have the groove, get it over the plate. That is fouled back. And just like that, once again, she's ahead in the count. No balls and 2 strikes. With 2 outs, nobody on board. Wildcats down by 2. And Remaker trying to keep this inning alive. The pitch, really high. Maybe tried to get Catherine to go fishing for that high one. She laid off on it. And it's 1-2. Time limit expired right before this inning. And the pitch. Popped to center. Center fielder got a late start on it, but she makes the play.
Da-da-da, da-da-da. How about that, sports fans? What a good victory that was for the Gators, a team that has had their problems this year, but they came back nicely to win this here as she hits the high fly ball to center field, and running in to make the play was Rodriguez. And now that was Sarah Ferguson, number 7, who comes in, the Duchess.
Yeah, they moved her to center field.
Yeah, well, she did a great job, her royalty there. And the Gators come up with the victory here today, and a good job by these young ladies as they win a ball game. They've had their problems, but they get it tonight, and they win it big time. Let's take a look at the play of the game that may have won it for them. Here's Rodriguez in the first inning, steps up with the bases full and rips it down the left field line, and by the left fielder, and 1 run comes in to score. That was Spence, and Thompson comes in to score, and right behind her, here comes Madison Powell. And that was it. That was the difference in the ball game as the Gators win this by a score of 10-8. Rob?
Well, it was a fun game. It really was. It was like a tale of two teams. One team, the Gators, got off to a great start, and the Cats almost pulled up and made luggage out of them with a win in the last part of the inning. But Delgado, she hunkered down, came up with a big inning in that 5th, and they are victorious. So that'll do it. The Gators victorious 10-8 over the Wildcats. For Lance Brown, I'm Rob Willman. Thanks for joining us, everyone. We'll see you next time on the ICTN Game of the Week.
Irving Game of the Week has been brought to you in part by Gerald Stavely Dry Cleaning,